Consider myself a pretty decent husband, and I don't think that I deserve this kind of abuse.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're gonna get abused, dude.
Welcome. Like, what is it about like getting? Once you get married, they just abuse you.
That's it, dude.
My emotional. Dude, she's such a dick today.
Savage.
What's up, everybody?
Savage Saturdays. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode, another Saturday, another show in the Clouds Live. Thank you if you're here live, watching on the replay, or listening to the In the Clouds audio over there on the SoundCloud. If you haven't heard about that, you guys can check that out over there on SoundCloud.
We're on SoundCloud.
We are on SoundCloud. So if you don't got time, to watch this live, if you don't want to watch the replay, you want to just listen to the audio, we are over there. In the Clouds audio over on SoundCloud.
Check it out. Do it. Go sub. Go follow.
Go sub. Check it
thumbs
out.
up. Give everything thumbs up.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Or hearts, whatever it is on SoundCloud.
Smash the shit out of it.
Break your phone.
Break your phone. Whatever you got to do. Oh, no. Is she coming to shoot you? It's a stick up, dude. It's a stick up.
I have no money. I have no money.
So, let us know if you guys can hear
Hi.
us. Hello, Becky.
Oh, wow, the microphone's like right there.
That's okay.
Let us
You
know
wanna
if you
say
can
hi?
hear us and see us and all that good stuff, just so
I'm
we
repping,
Dunder Mifflin.
Yes, sir. I
repping, doing the most.
doing the most.
I got her that for her birthday.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You touched the elf.
No, it doesn't lose its
lost its
magic.
magic.
No, it only loses its magic when children touch it.
Yeah, so let us know if you can hear us, if you can see us, if you guys are
All right,
hyped
bye, have
to
fun.
be here. All that good stuff. I'm sure we sound great. I know we look great. And there's an elf. You touched
touched it.
You weren't
I
supposed to
touched
touch it. God damn it, Logan.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. So, Logan, I guess we'll start it off how we normally start it off. How was your week? How are you? How was your day? All that good stuff.
My week was fairly, I don't want to say busy, productive. I got a lot of things done this week. Today was really nice. My mom and my stepdad came up and we had dinner. My mom had pre-made a whole big thing of lasagna.
Nice.
So we did dinner with them, and that was really nice. And then hung out for a while, and now we're just kind of chilling. So my week was good. It was productive. It was a productive week. How was your week?
Good. After the couple storms we had, we got something. I know in Londonderry, New Hampshire. I'm down in Nashua, so probably 20 minutes away. They got about 22 inches. So 22 inches within literally 48 hours. So it's
It's a lot of snow.
Parking at work, like the yard, shipping and all that. It's been fucking insane. But besides that, work was good. I didn't lay down any overtime, man. I took a nice slow, nice.
You not working overtime?
I know. I didn't even work any overtime today, man. Just a 40-hour
Wow.
week. 40-hour week
Wow.
this week. I like to have like a hard week and then a chill week.
I feel like I'm about to do karate, judo chop.
I'm like waiting for the. Gotta
Oh.
retaliate. When's it going?
How was your week? Yeah, you. All of you out there in YouTube land.
How are you guys
How
doing?
was your week?
Shout
Are you
out
guys
to
good?
shout out to Shane
guys-
at Mr. Saddle Horse Blues. Shout out
Yeah.
to Jay Wings. Jay Wings, we got.
Ayo, roll them up.
Oh, hey yo, roll him up.
Yo.
I'm
He
so
said,
glad.
yo, Logan.
I'm so
Roll
glad you
him
said
up.
that guy's name. All the uppercase and lowercase was really fucking me up. It was really getting me bent out of shape. My brain was
man.
melting.
That's all right, dude.
So I hope you guys are all doing well.
I know
Hope
how
you
to
had a good
speak the
week.
lingo.
The lingo? You're a cool
The
cat.
lingo. I'm
Are you
a cool cat.
You're a cool cat.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you're rad. You're totally
For show.
fucking rad. For show. Getting that for show.
For sure. Oh, shit. What are you vaping on this week, Matt?
Holy shit. I am so glad you asked
Got a
me.
buffet?
I got the biggest buffet. I don't think I'm going to go through all of it. I'm going to set aside a couple things that I actually haven't been vaping. I'm going to go new first and foremost. Got that Berserker 1.5 mini
Yeah, boy.
MTL RTA sitting on top of the Aegis Solo. I'm rocking the coils that came with it, right around 0.62. Got it at 18 watts, and I am...
How you liking that MTL life?
Oh, it's nice, dude. I got some of that Apple Cooler by Naked, and the light is probably just a bit too much for that because it's such a light label. But, yeah, it is great. 18 watts, dude.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great little banger, especially when I'm not trying to cloud chase either at home or at work or whatever. It's nice. I leave it on the biggest opening that it has. I don't know if that's 1.6 or 1.8, whatever that size hole is, the biggest one. And it's great. And I love the matte black. I love it, dude.
Yeah, the black looks nice, dude. The
And
black looks
it's
nice.
it's small, I mean, it says
It looks good on that
but
Aegis, though.
It does look all right. And
I think it looks great on that little Aegis.
I leave the Delrin tip. I like it. It gives it like an aesthetic feature to me. I don't know. And rather than putting on the black one.
The Ultim?
Yeah, the Ultim. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't think it's real Ultim, but it's imitation Ultim.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of. So, rocking that.
For anybody that doesn't know, Ultim is actually a specific manufacturer. It's a brand.
Right.
In case anybody out there didn't know, Ultim is a very specific brand. They have a patent on that plastic. It's theirs, but there's a lot of imitations out there. So when somebody says this is Ultim, it may very well not be actual Ultim.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Anyway.
So besides that, what do I got? Still rocking that Recurve Dual, sitting on that Recurve Squonk.
Yeah.
With that Turkish Harvest. Still in love with that. Still got that
matchy
going.
as fuck.
Still matchy as fuck. Fucking Frames shit on me and was like, but your match game is the same all the time. And I was like, yeah, I know. Red and black, red and black, red and black. He got me.
Oh, dude.
He got
did.
me. I don't got any like green on green. My match game is limited to red and black.
Yeah, but Frames, if you're watching, if you're gonna watch, you, sir, rock a lot of green.
There you go. We got him.
A lot of green.
We got ya. Got you.
Which is not bad. Just like Matt rocks a lot of black and red.
Oh, for sure. Facts, dude. Green-handed. We caught you green-handed. So rocking that recurve with the Turkish Harvest. If you're here from the Discord, the other day we were talking about the that Zeus X RTA. So I set that up with a liquid that I hadn't touched, which is Prophet's S'mores. Wicked bright.
Been
got
vaping
that.
a lot of s'mores lately, Matt.
Yeah, I know. I've been getting a lot of s'mores. I just gotta eliminate those flavors out of my vape box, so hopefully I don't get them. But I got that on the grip, and I think RTAs look weird as fuck on mechs. I mean,
I think that looks cool though.
let me know what you think in chat or in the comments below. But I personally think fucking RTAs look really weird on mechs. And besides that, the only other thing I got that dang, still on that top
dang.
side
Yep.
with that that waffle.
My dang is chilling right
that
now.
pancake, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm starting to
Waff.
kill it. I'm about a little under halfway, I'd say. So it's going. But that's what I'm vaping on. I'm gonna pour up a brew. Sorry, I'm taking so much time. I actually have 2 more setups that I don't even want to talk about.
Bro, take all the time.
But I'm gonna pour up
Floor
some
is
of
yours.
that Sour Monkey, I guess by Victory. And this is a 9.5.
It's a triple.
It's a triple. And dude, this makes.
All right. The goal of this show is to get Matt to drink that entire beer by the end.
Well, if
All right.
you're gonna twist my arm.
That's the goal of this show.
So that is that. And let me say, if you haven't had this, or if you have, this will make your face pucker. It will literally make your face roll in.
Roll them up, bro. I don't know what you're saying, but I'm gonna go ahead and hide that one so nobody else has to be as confused as I am by it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I've never tried Smacks either. Anyways, how is it? How's the beer?
So fucking sour.
Oh yeah.
So fucking
Can you
sour.
feel it back here?
Yeah, like
You salivate?
specifically right here. Yeah,
You
I feel
salivate?
It. I feel
Yep.
it. And I don't have anything to pair it with, so I don't even want to try.
That's the signs of a real sour right there.
Yeah, I literally don't have anything that would pair good with that. But so I hope you guys got a good vape. I hope you guys got a good beer. Cheers
I don't
to you
have a beer,
guys. Cheers
But
to
I'll
the
crack.
to the Coca-Cola. Crack it open, dude. Happy Saturday. Glad everybody's here.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's hear it. Oh, man. If not the beginning, the end.
Just
Pristine.
eargasms.
So after you take a nice sip out of that Coca-Cola, let me know, what are you vaping on since you're
Not
already...
officially sponsored by Coca-Cola.
No, sir, but hey.
All right. Well, I also have a Berserker. I have the 24. I have the larger Berserker 1.5.
Berserker gang.
Where are we here? Right here. Sitting on top of the Notion. All stainless. Got a couple of... in that, I've got some Savage Peach Strawberry and 12 milligram. I don't have the bottle out here, or I'd show you. Got my Dreamer. Got my Goon. In that, I've got
Can't
some
beat it.
Prickly Smooth.
Oh my god, you actually busted that out, huh?
That prickly
That
smooth,
prickly
dude.
smooth.
Oh, that prickly smooth. It is good. It is fantastic liquid. And then I've got my beat 'em up, go anywhere, do anything, because $50 setups can be phenomenal mod.
It's just
Old
great.
Pulse 80, the Wismec Tabino on top, and in that I've got some straw melon something ice, strawberry melon ice something.
Can we just take like 30 seconds to discuss how it absolutely fucking sucks to refill that squonk bottle?
I
Or
did
maybe
it
it's
for
just
a long
me.
time, and it's really, I don't find it that bad.
Can you pop the
'Cause
door off?
squonks-
Can I see the lower part? Not the actual cap that you screw off, but is there a grip for the lower parts when you're screwing it on? You don't actually squeeze the bottle and fucking, you know.
What do you mean,
Like, when you refill it, is it kind of like
Matt? Like this?
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Did it have like kind of like a, I guess, a rim around the top so you actually have something to hold on to so you're not
Yeah.
like squeezing the bottle trying to refill it?
See,
Yeah. Actually that one's not bad. The bottle on
this one isn't bad.
The bottle on this one isn't too bad either, but I think you have a lot more to grab than what I do on this.
Yeah, see, that sucks.
But it's not too bad, and it's great anyway. But yeah.
But little flavor banger, and again, like this right here, for anybody out there that wants a really good flavorful squonk, and you don't have a big budget, you could probably find
Flavor capital.
an 80 watt, whatever this is,
80
pulse,
80
an
watt
80
banger?
watt pulse.
Is that the Pulse or the Pulse X?
No, this is the 80 watt. This is the
Okay.
OG pulse.
Oh, OG
this is the
Pulse.
first one that they did regulated. This one came after the mech, or the mechanical.
What do you have on top again?
Box.
The Wasp, right? The Wasp?
No, this
Oh,
is
it's not
the
Wasp.
this is the Wismec Tobino,
Okay.
and it's just a little single coil. Oh, where are we here? There we go.
Is that a Saddle Horse Blues, dude? Because if not, dude, get it out of here. Just get it out.
This is a Saddle Horse Blues.
Damn
This is a
right.
staggered Fuse Clapton, I believe.
Not sponsored, but hey, everything we got, everything I got in my setups that I
Came
just
out
showed.
at a .37.
Saddle Horse Blues. Saddle Horse Blues. Check them out. And how is that?
The only thing I don't have a Saddle Horse Blues coil in right now is my Notion, is my Berserker. Otherwise, I've got Saddle Horse, whatever those Ivies he makes are. I'm real bad with coil names. It's like a stapled Ivy or something. And then I've got one in here.
You want the top side light there, J
The
Wings?
top side light.
I've seen the
actually
video on
looks
it.
pretty cool.
It looks kind of cool. I don't know if it looks cool or looks cheap. Sorry, that's kind of rude, but I kind of can't tell. I'm waiting for the Monarch light so I can restore my.
Yeah, because they're going to be what, like 250?
Yeah, instead of
The Monarch lights,
instead of 425 or 430.
something like that. Don't quote me, but I know they're significantly less.
Yeah, literally. So nice, and you're drinking Coca-Cola.
Yep, that's it. Those are my 3 vapes. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're drinking. We're vaping. What do you? Did you have
just
anything?
drinking. Just drinking, bro.
Actually, you did. Give us a little shameless plug. What did you have come out this week for people who are here and haven't checked it out or don't know about it? I know you had a Rise and Chat with Shane. That came out. Was that Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yep. I don't remember. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah. Mr. Saddle Horse Blues, Shane, in chat. I did a Rise and Chat episode on the Rise and Vape podcast with Shane, talking about Canada, kind of talking about what's going on up there. And like right after we did that, to segue, Nova Scotia just banned all flavored e-liquid, like days after me and Shane did an interview, which Shane, now I have to have you back on to talk about Nova Scotia, obviously. But yeah, everybody, you guys should go check it out. It was a really good time. Shane's really knowledgeable. The guy has a huge heart and a huge passion for this industry. So anybody out there that really wants some great coils or wants to check out some classy mods that both Shane and Brandy truly love, check out saddlehorseblues.com and go give that podcast a listen, because Shane is a phenomenal human being, and him and his wife are absolutely incredible people.
And if I'm not mistaken, of the name here, BBC, I know they're doing like a little vape fail like series every day is what they're talking about. I know Dash Vapes is like reporting on that. So if you're in Canada or if you don't know about that or want to check that out, go over to Dash Vapes on the good old YouTube there. Dave, great guy. He's reporting on
Dave.
that. Talking about
they do excellent reporting over on Dash Vape's channel.
Yeah,
excellent
that's
videos.
So that's a little bit of a scoop on what's going on in Canada. Follow Dash Vapes for that. I've been watching it. It's pretty interesting what's going on up there.
AO Roll 'em Up says Rise and Vape best post wake bake stretch and shower with coffee.
I'm so confused at what this guy's saying.
I'm inclined to agree. I think I know what he's saying, and I'm inclined to agree. I could be wrong. This could be like his to-do list pre-murder, but
we don't really know. Do we know?
Sounds good.
Do we actually know?
And I'm fully supporting it. Don't let that come back to bite me.
All right, Logan. What's new? What's new? Is there any device or anything you're looking forward to? Just kind of want to chat a little bit before we dive right into news and advocacy. You know.
Honestly, there's a few mechs that are out there that I've had my eye on for a while. I'd really like Kennedy Vindicator, and I'd really like a one of the Purge Back to Basics V4s. Other than that, though, a lot of the new stuff that comes out doesn't like. I know that.
One of these. If I send this to you and like let you use it for like a month, will I get it back like polished?
Yeah, I'll send it back to you polished.
I'll send this out to you. You can just polish it for me, because God
I will
Almighty.
100%. If you send me that Vindicator to vape on for a month, I will send it back to you polished.
I think it's a task in itself just getting this thing polished.
But anyways, pre-work Logan is my favorite Logan. I think that's what you're saying. No, I'm just kidding. my train has derailed.
Lost. So we were talking about mechs, Vindicator. What you're looking
Yeah,
forward
so there's
to.
a few mechs out there that I've had my eye on for a while, but a lot of the new stuff that comes out just doesn't really captivate me.
Mm.
You know, I'm not swayed. I'm not. Ooh, it's the new. I'm not one of the new shiny thing people.
I just watched
It's
Grim Green's video
not
on
me.
the Odin.
Bogan's new thing. I'd check out.
Vaping fucking
Yeah.
Bogan, you bloody fucking cunts.
Fucking Bogan.
But when he said it was around 160 or 180, I was like, fucking oof. Like,
yeah, that's a
dude,
dent.
Dual
But
21s, but it only goes up
But-
to 200
yeah.
watts, which is, I mean, plenty. But at the same time,
What do you
like,
mean
100.
only 200? Who
Only
needs
200.
200 watts?
Hey, you never know, dude. You never know.
Who needs 200 watts?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I think anything.
I don't think anybody needs 200.
I think anything
watts.
over 150 is well
Yeah,
beyond.
I think
I don't
like,
even know anybody who
real
uses
hot
150.
vapors, really like people who like hot vapes. I could see going up to like 135, 140.
I was gonna say 120 because I got two things that are set at 120 or 125 right now.
Yeah, 120 I see a lot. Like 135, 140.
That's
But
pretty.
nobody needs
fucking-
200 watts.
It's pretty fucking rolling. Can I just say
Only
that these
200 watts.
these Saddle Horse Blues coils are still looking fucking phenomenal, as my wicking starts to really look like shit. But hey, this is vaping fucking awesome. You still got the dang on something there, Logan? Did you fucking throw
No,
that
it's
thing
chilling
away?
right now. You know what I just noticed? This is coming through my my PC cam and not my Logitech. Can
Oh,
I
is
change that while we're? I don't think I can.
You'd have to do it through Zoom, and I don't know if we'd be likely to crash during said
Nope.
procedure.
Hang on, we're gonna try.
Here we go.
just a
Who's
second.
ready for some? I need to come up with a different name. I don't want to say Dangleclax. That's Grimm's thing. What's? I gotta come up with something. Look at that Christmas tree. As
you can
Logan
just-
messes with that,
You
everybody.
can just call it Logan's mistakes.
Logan's mistakes 101. Here we go,
Hashtag
folks.
Logan's mistakes.
Clip it, or it didn't happen. Check out that Christmas tree though. It's looking pretty goddamn red. Oh, beard cam. Damn man, do you comb your beard? What do you put in that? You put any oils in that?
I do.
What do you put in there for oil? Give us names.
They're snake oil. I
Snake
don't know
oil.
what it is.
Snake oil.
It's something Mitchell, Paul Mitchell.
I use that Maine shampoo that they use on the horses. I wish I could grow one. Oh, I thought you froze there for a second. All right, so we're on the other cam now. You do look a little darker. I'm gonna say
I
that.
look darker.
You do look darker. Can we
Damn
get
it!
darkness in the chat, please? A little bit of darkness. What is going on, Taylor?
Can you help me?
Taylor Crowley.
How's that?
Okay.
Is this better? Is this better or is this worse? X1 in chat for good or better. X2 for bad. Boo. Go home, Logan.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to take care of something real quick. Yeah. I timed you out, Taylor. I don't know what the hell was up with those spam messages, but I ain't into it, bro.
What do you think?
Troll
Chat.
somewhere else. No, you look good. You look all right now. Yeah, you look way better now.
I bet things will focus on this camera better.
Yeah, that looks good.
Maybe not.
That looks all right. All right, so I guess
Will it
let's.
focus.
It looks like it's focusing halfway decent.
Yeah, it's better.
Is it better for the chip to run around?
Jokes on
100
Dick says
watts?
X2. Boo. Go home, Logan.
100 watts on what?
I don't know. I don't think it's better.
No.
X1-ish.
X1-ish. X1-ish. Shane, I'm gonna make you a moderator, buddy. So if you're ever here,
Should I
you
go
can-
back?
We're gonna give you a wrench. There's your wrench, Shane. You can handle some of these hooligans.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's way better. Whatever you just
You guys
did.
think
that's-
this is better?
Yeah, leave the light on in the back too. It looks great. I'm too bright. I gotta
Bit
figure
bright,
out
not
something.
bad. You think this is too bright?
I think that looks good. Let's hear it from
Thank you, chat, for being
super
helpful.
honest. That is great.
more light equals sharper. That's just more of my face that you guys have to see. You guys realize I do a podcast for a reason.
I don't think anybody's complaining. Beard cam. Oh. Uh-huh. Hold on, let me finish this and we'll talk.
You're halfway there.
All right. So I know I asked you what you're looking forward to.
Not much right now, man. Honestly,
I
not
haven't really
much.
paid attention to too much about what's coming out. I know I always see a plethora of fucking pod systems or MT. I'm starting to see a lot of MTL RTAs and shit like that now. I don't know about any mechs. I don't know. What am I? What am I looking forward to? I'm trying to slow down on purchasing.
Trying to rein it in a little bit. Trying to pump the brakes.
If there's an RDA that I actually want to buy, it's definitely an RDA.
That's
for
a different
vaping.
story. Yeah, that's
An
the one I'm
RDA
looking at.
for vaping is definitely something I'm interested in.
Yep. That would be the guy.
Yeah, for sure. I'd
also really like to find a Hadley, but I think the only place I'm going to find one at this point is like groups.
That's got to be the next one on the list. If not, like a black Vindicator, Cerakoted or whatever it is, black. That would have to be my next go-to. I mean, I like the brass, copper, whatever.
You should get a Dreamer.
The Dreamer, yeah, the Dreamer. I know Mr. Shane Oakley has a white one too, doesn't he?
He does. Get a copper Dreamer, dude. The copper. I gotta get a constant contact switch for this, but
my finger is wicked itchy tonight. I don't know why. Finger itch problems. All right, let's roll the bumper. Let's do 1, 2, 3, go. News and advocacy. All right, so this week...
Did it do it?
It did it. It did it. We'll probably see it, but we'll just pretend like it happened flawlessly and move on here. So
you know what's weird?
What's that?
Is when we do Zoom rooms, you're right now on the left side of me.
Yeah.
But when it goes to YouTube, you're on the right side of me.
Yeah, that's weird. Because you're on the left side of me on Zoom, and you're on the left side of me on YouTube.
It's weird.
Weird.
Anyways, go ahead. News and advocacy. Let's do
news and advocacy. I'm gonna drop the link here in chat just a second as I move stuff around. Don't have enough monitors. Need more monitors. We're gonna talk more about Massachusetts. Massachusetts seems like a never-ending thing. Massachusetts, massholes, whatever you want to call them.
Charlie Baker
down there. Goddamn Charlie Baker. So the article that I just dropped in chat discusses the new flavored tobacco ban along with the vaping ban and the 75% excise tax that they put on e-cigarettes, and it's expected to cost the state of Massachusetts $93 million in fiscal 2021, according to figures from the Department of Revenue included in testimony by the Beacon Hill Institute for Public Policy Research. So you guys know how we do this. I'll read a bit of the article or key points from an article, and then we just kind of shoot the shit, throw our opinions on what we think. And we've talked about Massachusetts probably either 3 weeks in a row, or we always talk about Massachusetts off and on because God damn you, Massachusetts, is all I got to say to that. So Governor Charlie Baker last week signed a bill that will ban the sale of flavored tobacco products, including mint and menthol cigarettes, beginning January 1st, 2020. I think we talked about this last week. Lawmakers did not present a fiscal impact of the policy, but the new figures indicate that the loss to the state from cigarette and sales taxes will outweigh the new tax on e-cigarettes. The figures were submitted to the Legislature's Committee on Ways and Means Wednesday at the annual consensus revenue hearing, which is the first step towards developing a fiscal 2021 budget. I'm not going to read the rest of it because it's a long article. If you want to do that, I provided the link. You guys can read the rest of that. First and foremost, what are your thoughts, Logan? What do you think? Goddamn Massachusetts is what I have to say. We'll do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about the financial impact of a flavor ban for ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they're looking at that and they're actually starting to feel it and they're going, oh, why?
These knee-jerk bills and
we
such.
thought the 75% tax would make up for it. But right now, New Hampshire's making out like a fucking, like New Hampshire is booming. Business is booming over the border. And,
yeah.
and so
it's sad at the same time, though, you know what I mean?
If I can find the article, I'll share it. I'll look here in just a minute when I get done. But the article basically talks about the fact that Charlie Baker can't figure out why other states haven't jumped on board with this.
Yeah.
and he's like at a loss right now as to why they aren't following my lead.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Fooled.
No, they're not going to follow your lead, man. Everybody's trying, sure, but like, you're the only one that went through with it fully knowing that it wasn't nicotine vaping that caused these issues. You knew that.
Yeah.
You make some statement about how, at least now everybody is more aware, and like, yeah, we were the ones telling you. We were aware.
So yeah, this article kind of goes on to talk about, it talks about marijuana revenue. Goes on to talk about other revenue, and
I think
where
they're trying to make up their loss here in cannabis income.
Yeah,
And
it goes on to say that let me see.
okay, and then here the issue with that is if they're going to try to make up lost MSA money or cigarette taxes and or vaping or tobacco in general with cannabis money, what they're going to do is tax the shit out of cannabis.
Oh yeah, tax.
And all that high taxes on cannabis are going to do is literally not affect the black market. They're just going to make the black market thrive. Like that high taxes is just as good for a black market as full prohibition is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you look at New York State, we have one of the, if not the highest tax, $4.35 per pack on a pack of cigarettes in the country.
That's fucking insane.
Over 50% of all packs of cigarettes in this state are smuggled in or bought on reservation land or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And those taxes aren't even collected. 50%. And that's just because of massively huge taxes on cigarettes. Like, it doesn't solve the issue. It just creates
more problems.
Oh,
yeah.
You end up not getting your tax money out. If you lowered taxes and didn't force people to go buy the stuff elsewhere and bought it in your state, you would probably make more money.
Yeah, I mean, this article...
They're politicians, though, right? Like, they have this figured out. They know what they're doing.
Dude, those guys are up there. What, are you kidding me?
I just don't understand how politicians don't understand simple fucking supply and demand. Like, this is basic economics that we learned in school. And when you have a product at such a high demand, supply has to come from somewhere. Making something illegal doesn't make a product or a thing vanish from the earth.
They think let's put out this bill, let's put out this ban, let's put out this policy. It'll just make it all go away when they realize they're only making like negatives become that much stronger when they're trying to shove this to the side. Then this comes front and center. You know what I mean?
We've been incarcerating people for cannabis for 100 years. Did people just stop smoking cannabis? No, more people smoke cannabis than ever in this country. And we've been arresting people for it for 100 years.
Oh, don't you worry.
It does not work. It never works. And high taxes are just as bad. Even if you can afford, the only people that make out in a legal recreational state are law-abiding, well-to-do people who can afford to pay for a legal product at a dispensary. Every state right now that has recreationally legal cannabis still has a thriving black market because states are greedy. You're not going to make it up you're not going to make up your lost tobacco taxes and your lost MSA with cannabis because you're not going to sell enough cannabis because you're taxing the shit out of it to try to make up your lost funding.
Even if
none of it makes any fucking sense, but they think it does because all they hear is tax.
Even if they didn't do the whole flavor ban and they just did the 75% tax, like they would still, be losing a shit ton of money, an absolute shit ton of money. Not to mention,
when that tax isn't in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I literally read an article about a shop owner in Massachusetts. Him and his wife, they were considering, moving to New Hampshire, but then who's to say that New Hampshire isn't next? We know states. Governors, whatever, they all start to follow each other. So, I mean, Yeah, as of right now, New Hampshire's safe. New Hampshire's business is booming, especially any shop that's along
You know,
the
honestly,
Massachusetts or Maine line, right around there.
out of a lot of states right now, New Hampshire is one of the ones that I'm pretty confident in.
I'm really hoping the live free or die stays tried and true.
The goddamn signs read live free or die. So, I don't know, man.
Jay
I don't
Wang
know.
says your cat's tripping, dude. Jumping up
dude,
in the air and shit
he's
back
always,
there.
He's always tripping.
What's the dosage of catnip you're feeding them things, huh? Them guys
400
are crazy.
milligram. Full spectrum.
I think I don't know how to say your name. I don't know if it's Eileen or Aileen, but she said how's Michigan. I'm not too sure. The state of Michigan and good old Gretchen.
Yeah, I think Gretchen is just kind of wallowing in defeat right now. So Massachusetts too, the executive order ban, his ban, he's taking down on the 11th because that's when new regulations from the state, full on regulations around vapor products are going to come out. And as far as I know, I don't know anything about what those regulations entail. I don't know if the ban on flavors is staying. I don't know. I haven't read. I don't even know if they've made it public. I don't know. If anybody knows, please share it. But I do know that his ban, what is currently going on in Massachusetts, ends on the 11th when the new regulations are finalized. What that entails, though, I can't tell. I don't know. I just know the date.
Won't get $1. It's on their license plate, isn't it, Matt? Yeah, live free or die is on the license plate. I'm pretty sure. I got a special
Like that's
plate.
your state's motto.
I got one. I got one of those moose plates, to try and support like state parks. So I got a moose on my plate.
Yeah, cool. Good for you, man.
But yeah, good old New Hampshire. I mean, you can.
Is it made out of plastic?
No, it is not made out of plastic.
Okay, so I would find some irony in some form of environmental conservation in supporting it through buying plastic.
It's Matt. Okay, Aileen, not like Eileen. So what's the white mod, Logan? That's the Dreamer.
It's the Dreamer.
The good old Dreamer.
That is the Tenacious TX Vapes and Times Vape Dreamer.
The Dreamer.
That's what that is.
Clouds, bro, clouds. 0.1, dude? 0.1? Rocking the 0.1?
0.12, Matt.
0.12. Oh.
For safety purposes.
0.12.
0.12.
Samsung 30T only.
Authentic 30T only.
Authentic. Battery mode.
But yeah. So I don't know. Massachusetts.
I mean,
we'll see.
My heart goes out to anybody in Massachusetts. Any shop owner in Massachusetts that's already, been
save
shut
your pennies
down
and drive north.
Yeah, drive north. Yeah,
save your pennies and drive north.
Save your pennies.
That's all I can tell people. Certain places I don't, and nor could I name names. Certain places are still shipping to Massachusetts. So look around.
Look around. Yeah. I think we talked about it last week. FedEx is starting to supposedly. I don't know. I haven't looked into.
You know what
that
though?
any
Here's
further
the thing. They're gonna
than what we
look
said
for
last
tags. They're gonna look for registered things and whatnot from a specific store. They're gonna things like this. If it's just your buddy sending you a package, which you've paid for through PayPal or something like that.
USPS is federal, so.
But here's the thing. USPS fails
All the time.
all the time
All the time.
on what goes through USPS.
Yeah.
They do not have the capacity to keep up with everything. So
Shane noticed. He noticed your switch for the notional fit.
it will, I know, but I don't want to put a white copper button on the bottom of my Notion.
Yeah,
but I
no.
could use, and I actually was showing Matt right before we started, the stainless constant contact on the Dreamer, what it looked like.
Yeah, Ricky, I agree with you. Yeah, a lot of shops have gone out of business and will continue to do so. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't want to say this, but it seems like there's no safe state. There's no like, all right, let's move our shop here. Let's take everything that we have and let's make this, already, this was already my small business and it was like, everything. Now let's try and move it to another state and hope for the best in this state. I mean, you really don't know. Like,
yeah, you can only do that once.
Yeah.
Maybe twice if you're a real big company.
Yeah. So I mean,
for that cost,
It's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it's
So I guess, what do we got next? We can talk about Dr.
but
Stephen.
Massachusetts. I just want to say you guys do have the power to vote. Use
Power
it.
to vote. You do. Yeah, you do have the power to vote. Charlie
Use
Baker.
it.
I don't have much to say about Charlie
It's
Baker.
your right as an American. Vote.
Vote, yeah.
Vote that motherfucker out.
So I guess our next little.
That's my last note. That's the last thing.
Last thing.
Vote that motherfucker out,
vote
dude.
that motherfucker out. That's so. Our next article is rolling here. Stephen Hahn, and I know you did. You did an episode on Stephen Hahn a while ago, right?
This is back on YouTube, the show that I used to do. So this was probably tail end of summer, maybe. An article came out talking about Hahn being the most probable nominee for next FDA commissioner. Obviously, after what's his name, Ned Sharpless. After his 210-day temporary acting commissioner role, because acting commissioners can only be acting commissioners for 210 days. And
I didn't know that. Is that it? That's
a thing.
That's a thing.
So when his time is done, you know, Hahn at the time was like the most probable candidate. I don't know. I think he comes from the National Cancer Society.
Yeah. So I'll read.
Is that what he's from?
I'll
Go ahead
read-
and read. I can't.
yeah.
He's from the cancer.
I'm going to read some
something.
of this article
He's a
and then
cancer guy.
we'll chat about it. So this article came out on the 3rd, which was, what was that, Tuesday? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Yeah, Tuesday. So Senate lawmakers on Tuesday moved one step closer to confirming President Donald Trump's nominee, burp wife, to lead the Food and Drug Administration, the agency responsible for combating a recent wave of underage vaping. The Senate's Health Committee voted 18-5 to advance the nomination of Dr. Stephen Hahn, a cancer specialist and medical executive at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. Several Democrats opposed Hahn for that role, worrying he would not be tough enough tackling the vaping problem among teenagers. The full Senate will vote on Hahn's nomination before he can become FDA commissioner. In September, Trump and his top health officials laid out a plan to sweep virtually all flavored e-cigarettes from the market because of their appeal to children and teens. But Trump has reportedly backed away from that proposal after advisors told him the ban could cost him votes with adults who vape. In his confirmation hearing last month, Hahn repeatedly ducked questions about the fate of the flavor ban and his plans for regulating vaping. The committee's top Democrats said Tuesday that Hahn's lack of commitment on the ban could cost him her vote. That was who's that? Yeah, the top Democrat. So Dr. Hahn refused to commit to implementing a strong policy to clear non-tobacco e-cigarettes, said Senator Patty Murray of Washington. That's a big red flag for me and why I will be voting against his nomination. When pressed on the approach of addressing vaping, and now this is the big quote that everybody's talking about with Stephen Hahn, is that he said repeatedly he would follow the science and data rather than the political ideology. And if you've been on Twitter and if you've seen anybody talking about Stephen Hahn, that is what's going around. That's what people are hoping for, that he really stays on the science and data rather than the political influence and ideology, which I couldn't agree more with. If he's to stay tried and true with real scientific data, from trusted researchers and whatnot, I mean, I have hope and I think it looks good. This article goes on to say that what the FDA regulates, Hahn would also face a raft of other pressing health issues beyond vaping, but of course vaping is big. But besides that, you got prescription opioid epidemic, safety problems with imported drugs, and regulations of CBD. So Logan's got 1 second there. So Hahn, who's 59, would succeed Gottlieb, who left the federal agency in April. If you guys have any thoughts on Hahn or what you're thinking, what you're hoping, let me know in chat. Let me know in the comments. I'm hopeful. Like I just said, I'm hopeful, and I really
I think
hope.
I think it's good to be hopeful, and I think that he's coming across as hopeful. But I just want people to remember how hopeful we all were for Scott
With
Gottlieb.
Gottlieb. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So be hopeful, but be cautious. That's all I have to say. There's nothing wrong with being hopeful, but don't give it too much hope.
Yeah.
Okay? This is still the FDA commissioner. The organization has not changed just because there's a new guy sitting in the seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? We still have PMTAs.
Yeah, PMTs.
Those are not going anywhere.
Those are looming, man.
Like-
those are up here.
Like there's still, it's good to be hopeful, but let's not get too carried away with that. I just want to keep us grounded about Han.
Now, and I could be wrong. Somebody, Logan or somebody in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I had seen on Twitter that the commenting was open again for the PMTA process.
Comments are open, yes.
So I don't have a link for that, but if Logan, if you do, or if somebody does in chat, I honestly don't really know how chat works. If anybody can just post a link, I don't know.
Pretty sure I just shared this recently, so
if we can't get a link, go over on Twitter or look that up and leave your comment, because that is
I got it right here.
Great. So Logan's going to drop that. That is definitely a pressing matter, because that will, in my opinion, I think everybody's opinion, that's definitely gonna cause some hurt. That's gonna cause some crippling. So definitely go over there, leave your opinion on that, your comment. That's what I have to say about that. As far as Han, I don't know too much more about Han besides, what I read in this article. I don't know what your video contained, however many months ago that was. But yeah, I really kind of hope he stays tried and true to real science and data.
This should be it. That should be that. So yes, please go leave a comment. That's for the PMTAs.
Great.
Leave a comment, tell your story, tell why you think the PMTAs are unfair, all that stuff. Go leave a comment. Take a few minutes, just a few minutes. It helps.
Yeah, for sure.
I did want to share this, and I am going to share the link as well.
Share away. What are you sharing, my friend?
This is that article I was discussing about Baker being mystified by the response to the vaping ban. So we're going to backpedal just a little bit, but let's see here. Quote, I continue to not understand why that hasn't been pursued more significantly at either the federal level or in other states, he said. There's a story on the front page of the Boston Globe today that says what we've done here in Massachusetts is driving a lot of the sales of these products to contiguous states around us, and I don't see how that is good for anybody. Really? You don't think that the states around you
Are gonna
want
pick
more
up
sales?
Yeah.
They don't want to make more money? That's what he just said.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's that article if you want to check that out. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I have a couple other articles we can talk about, but those were my main two. Massachusetts, of course, always in the talks. And I think this week, I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm gonna drop this link in chat. Logan, I actually don't know if I sent you this. I know I posted it in News and Advocacy over on the Discord. If you're here and you're not in the Discord, DM Logan, myself. I don't think Jay, Mr. Raging Vapor, is in the chat. I'm pretty sure he's working. I'm not too sure with his schedule, but you can message him. We'll get you in the Discord. We have a lot of good chats, a lot of different areas of discussion. But I'm gonna drop this link in the chat right there. And this article, the heading is "We need more words for vaping," because everybody hears teen vaping, but like virgin vaping, reduction vaping, and this I honestly thought this was a wicked good article. Logan, did I send you this article or no? I may not have. I know I shared it on Twitter.
No, you didn't send me this article.
This is a pretty long article. I read all of it. I'm pretty sure I read it on either Tuesday or Wednesday. And just give me a minute here to find. Yeah. So and it goes along with a tweet that I put out during the beginning of the week. I retweeted somebody else's tweet, and I just said, parents need to parent, and we need consequences for all these underage users, because all we hear is stories left and right about teens. Teens getting lung illnesses and going to hospitals, and nobody's saying what they're using, and of course it's only nicotine e-liquid, and we talk about it like every week on this show. But like, what about unlawful vaping? All we hear is teen vaping epidemic. What about unlawful vaping? Virgin vaping. All these words that this article brings up, and I just think it's really good. I think I wish like unlawful vaping could be plastered. All we think about is like the kids, and it's hurting our kids and stuff. But what about the fact that these kids are using underage? And I don't want to say that that's forgotten about, but it's never brought up in the article.
Yeah,
of a teen that is hospitalized. The first sentence should be, teen using age-restricted product, so and so, age 17. It never says anything like that. It always just
teen using product illegally.
Yeah, why not that? Why can't we
that in that sentence, because it's factual?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm actually gonna put a little asterisk there, little side note. Even though every state in the United States has a law with an age restriction to purchase tobacco products, not every state has a specific law against underage use of tobacco products. Did you know that? I don't know if a lot of people know that. There actually are some states where there is no law against the use underage.
And it's funny. Jay Wings in the chat just said they're getting it somehow, and I forget where this clip was from, but I know I saw it on Twitter. And the woman, I don't know her name. I know, big help here. I don't know who it is.
Way to
where
go,
it's from.
Matt.
Way to fucking go. But
all right, everybody, go look for a woman.
Go look for a woman sitting at a desk. So basically, she got asked this question, like, where are they getting it from? And she said, they're getting it from their older siblings. She said, from either their older siblings or just it laying around from older siblings. She said that they're getting it from their parents. And these are points that are just, personally to me, like, never brought up. It's all these hospital articles, and my star athlete will never be the same, and he is mentally affected and changed. And it's never like, how about first and foremost, this kid was using an age-restricted product illegally, and now he's not getting reprimanded for it. Of course, a lung illness is sad, to say the least, but we know what these kids are using. We know what they're lying about, and can we just point out that first word? Kids.
It's true.
These are kids.
Aileen,
this is what we're talking about.
If this weren't... I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and
no.
this...
I completely agree.
intention
I
for
completely agree 100%.
race or anything like that, but if this wasn't well-to-do suburban white kids, this would not be a problem.
You can literally
because that's the only thing when our government, you have to understand, when our government officials talk about the youth, that's who they're talking about, because that's the only youth they care about.
Yeah.
If this was impoverished black kids, our government wouldn't even care. They would not care. If these were Asian kids, our government wouldn't care. If these were Native American kids, our government definitely wouldn't care.
No.
These are well-to-do suburban white kids. And that's sad.
Yeah.
That in itself is just tremendously sad and says so much about our country. But it's entirely true. It's absolutely true.
Sorry, I'm just looking over here trying to look at chat. Yeah, and it's just kind of like what I was saying is just, and I've already said it a million times. I wish these articles would point out more of it. Just besides, poor Sally's son for not being able to be a D1 athlete anymore because he was addicted to X, Y, and Z, and we know the products these kids were using, but nobody wants to say it in any of these articles, or it got thrown in the trash, or we go over practically an article every week. And the only other thing I had to bring up this week was, I guess these lung illnesses have spread to all 50 states.
Yeah, they have officially hit all 50 states.
They
I knew they would. It's
50.
not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah. So
when you go on Twitter right now and you type in dank vapes, people literally have shelves.
Yeah. So
boxes full.
I dropped that link.
Thousands
in chat.
of these.
That is to a CNN article, and it discusses about a teen from southeast Alaska. It's the state's first case of vaping-related lung injury, according to the Alaska Department of Health and Social Services. I'm not going to go through and read this whole article, but literally with what Logan was just saying it's not a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
How many vape shops are in Alaska?
Probably not many. Probably not many.
I'm just curious.
I got my huskies all fed, and we're gonna take
Hey,
a
Conley.
fucking.
Greg Connolly, how many
vape
shops are in Alaska?
Dude, seriously, what is your cat on? I love it. I'm just like, what the hell is that? I never seen a cat so energetic.
Bro, this cat is insane.
Okay, so I definitely want to. I said I wasn't gonna, but I definitely want to read this. We're almost at that hour mark. I'll read this quickly. We'll comment on it. We'll do a little questioning, and then we'll wrap it up. How's that sound? Let's do. So the department announced on Tuesday that the teen is hospitalized but improving. The patient reported regularly vaping nicotine and products containing THC, the main psychoactive substance in cannabis. The article goes on to say that the CDC has finally, mentioned that it is identified vitamin E acetate, often used as an additive in THC-containing products, which we know this. I know you mentioned we mentioned K2 and Spice way back. I know you did back in August. I think it was.
Yeah, back in August, I originally reported on all this. Back when there was like 2 or 3 deaths and a couple dozen hospitalizations, maybe even 100 hospitalizations. But I reported on it back then because the BBC was reporting on K2 and Spice and synthetic cannabinoids being found in refillable cartridges.
Yeah. And
so I had assumed that basically knowing China and knowing where synthetic cannabinoids and synthetic opiates come from, I was assuming that was coming here relatively quickly, if not already here. So I was putting my money on the synthetic cannabinoids, which is not what it ended up being, obviously. And I'm sure somewhere along the lines we've gotten those K2 Spice vapes.
Can I point out one thing about this article? I'm actually just glad I'm glad that this kid or the family or whoever came out and actually said not only was he using, nicotine products, but he was using THC, products as well. Because I literally feel like the last 3 weeks we've pretty much talked about an illness article like every week, and it's always just nicotine vaping. It's nicotine vaping.
And
that's
usually, and if here, especially in the States, when they do, a lot of them nowadays are adding the THC, vitamin E acetate, and adulterated illicit products section to their articles, but it's always down at the bottom, to the very end. We're talking 15-minute article that you got to read through.
We all know people just see the headline and retweet it anyway, but
most people
it's
see
at the
headline,
bottom in the fine print.
There's a whole nother half a percentage of the people that actually click on it. Half of them don't even read the full article, so they never make it to that.
If it was that audio that you hear on like the radio, it would be that like 30 times sped up,
yep.
Blah, 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 like that. I just want to read Oh, we have a good time over here. I want to just give a quick statistic for anybody that doesn't know at the bottom of this article, if anybody's following along. Across the United States, there have been 2,290 cases of vaping-related lung injury as of November 20th, a total of 47 deaths that have been confirmed in 25 states and the District of Columbia. I just wanted to say that for anybody that doesn't know where this is at. I don't think it's speeding up. I don't think it's slowing down. I think it's going to continue to go on. As much as I hate to say it, I honestly, illnesses and deaths, I think they are going to continue. They may slow. The CDC was very, very fucking late on this. They fucking slacked beyond hard. We had
CDC.
We had news channels.
At least the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Is completely and 100% responsible.
Oh yeah.
For every one of those deaths.
And they should be goddamn ashamed. And I think I said this last week. We had news outlets, news channels, whatever the hell you want to call them, that were collecting products from shops, off the streets, wherever, and they were paying labs to analyze these and figure out what the hell was in them and what was going on. It's like the CDC should have been first and foremost on this, not fucking news channels that are trying to get an extra click and a fucking scoop. Like, being honest here, like, seriously? Public health? Like, does it not fucking matter?
It doesn't.
Did they let it go on so that they can try and put,
And Jay Wings is right. And here's the thing. 90%, 90% from illicit THC carts, and that 90% that you're talking about is the 90% of people
Who are actually
that
telling the
admitted it,
truth. Yeah.
that told the truth. Now, the other 10%, majority of those come from illegal states, recreational or medicinal illegal states. So people, yeah, especially youth, are gonna lie, or people who have jobs where they can't, afford to lose their job or something like that over this. Those people are gonna lie.
Can we full circle back to the point that this article didn't
My ear
say.
just popped.
Sorry to hear that.
Weird.
This article, I just wanted to double check before I said this. This article didn't say how old this person was. I'm not sure if it mentioned teen, but can we just full circle back to the fact that a majority of these users are underage? Now, if you're sitting in a hospital bed in front of your parents and this doctor asks, well, what the hell did you use? Are
What
you
were
going
you
to say
vaping?
it's bad enough
Oh,
you're using
well,
it's bad enough
I
you're
was just
using
using a jewel. It was just a jewel.
yeah, it's bad enough you're using a jewel and you're 16, you're sitting in a hospital bed. Hopefully you're not dead. Are you actually going to admit to using THC? So yeah, 90%, and that's just the kids who are admitting it. The other 10% is just kids that are lying. I mean, that's where I'm at. That's where I got for news and advocacy for this week.
Meanwhile, suicide teen rates are absolutely through the roof. Over 4,500 teens die a day from some form of alcohol-related incident or intoxication or what have you. More kids are currently binge drinking than they are vaping. More kids are currently using cannabis or some other illegal substance.
The list goes on and on. We could do
And we're not fucking talking about it.
We could do a whole goddamn show on that. So I guess we're at the point now. I'm seeing that we're a little over an hour.
That right there is the first that is the first sign to anybody that questions whether or not this is really about the kids. Because kids today face so many more problems
Can I point out that I swear
than
when I went on lunch
vaping nicotine.
I went on lunch break. I swear, Monday, Tuesday, I go lunch break every day, but I swear 3 times this week I sat down and the news was on, and I swear I heard about different school shootings or kids returning back to a school after a shooting happened so many months ago. And what do we do? How do we figure this out? Let's put more resource officers in school. There is so many more pressing matters that are going on with teens these days that have links to depression, links, social media. Can we talk about that just for a sec? I don't want to dive too deep, but can we talk about just how everybody wants to be as good as somebody else or wants to keep up with somebody else, and teens are just beyond depressed.
The issue with social media is that we don't share our bad days on social media as often as we share our good days. So when you go to somebody's feed and you see how happy and joyous and great their life is, especially when you're a teenager and all of your friends are posting, oh, I hung out with so-and-so, or, oh, I did this. Oh, look at my cute cat. Oh, my family's so great. And you're sitting at home looking at social media. And if you already or at risk for depression or anxiety or these things as a teenager, and you see somebody else's great life and you maybe don't have all of those things, it's just going to worsen how you feel about yourself and how you perceive your own worth. And for a teenager, that can be detrimental. And absolutely, social media is a double-edged sword,
Oh yeah, definitely. Because guess what? Jimmy did it before you 5 years ago. How does that make you feel?
It's a double-edged sword because social media can also be used for so much good in connecting people around the world, connecting ideas.
Oh yeah, shit, kids
around the world.
It's funny. Aileen just said online
Kids
addiction, and I was thinking about how
time.
when I was younger, I did have a cell phone. I had a Nokia. I used to joke and call it the bar of soap, but it was just used for my parents to tell me to get my ass home. I was outside climbing trees, riding bikes, doing stupid shit on skateboards, whatever. But now the kids are growing up with just technology, just iPads, just TikTok, just Facebook, just Snapchat, all of that, and everything. Life is through a screen. These kids.
We had to start really limiting certain YouTube stuff for the kids.
Yeah.
Because they watch all these channels and these toy channels and things like that, and these kids channels where these kids open up presents on the daily or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They get new toys on the daily, it seems like. And they, you know what I mean? They're so well to do. And yeah, these Instagram or these YouTube channels, these families have figured out a really good system to make money off of YouTube because they do
Life on the
family-friendly
gram.
content. They hook the kids. They
Fake it till you
get
make
the
it.
subs, all these things. But what that does is like my kids started like thinking that they weren't getting enough.
No, because, well, so
Because
many of
they
my
watch
classmates
these-
have this or whatever.
It's
This
not
kid
even
has
that. It was the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
It was like they see these kids living the life and they just didn't understand. Like, these are a handful of kids whose families, whose parents made this happen, like through opportunity or through whatever. But these are very few people. Like, most of the kids that exist, at least in this country, are just like you. You go to public school, your parents do okay. You get plenty of toys, you get plenty of gifts, but you don't get crap every day.
No.
You work, you earn an allowance. That's your everyday kid. And they don't understand that when they start watching these videos constantly. Like, it can be a problem. So, yeah, social media, things like that, for younger people, especially for kids, especially for young teenagers, can really alter your version of reality. It can really alter that. And so the list goes on, but you're absolutely right. Social media, especially in those teenage years when your popularity in school or online means way too fucking much to you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
I agree with Shane, which is definitely everything that we're talking about right now. Alien, yeah. I mean, it's.
And yeah, I'm not gonna sit
we
here.
could go
none,
on
none
and
of us
on
are
and
gonna
on,
sit
of
here and
course.
endorse youth vaping.
No.
but we're
course
also
not.
going to sit here and acknowledge how low on the fucking totem pole of problems
That actually is.
that actually is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I guess we're at the point.
We're not even talking about kids smoking anymore.
No, which is.
We're talking about them using a 95% or less harmful.
And I know we're getting
alternative.
We're getting a little on here, but can I mention real quick to you? And I'm sure you've already saw this. The 2019 Youth Tobacco Survey, how 22% of kids only vape for the flavors. Was that a shocker to you? Did you not expect that to be 75%, 90%? Because guess
Over
what?
50%
Hey,
said
flavors
the
hook
main
kids,
reason.
buddy. Flavors hook kids.
Yeah, flavors don't hook anybody. Flavors don't hook adults. Flavors don't hook human beings. There's nothing chemically addictive about flavors. Sure, flavors are attractive to every human fucking being ever because we all have taste buds. It doesn't matter how old you are. Flavors are attractive to human beings.
Something about
That's a
peanut.
basic
Something
fact.
about peanut butter, man. I don't care if it's.
That's
on a
why we have
spoon or-
taste buds. For fuck's sake, it's why we have taste buds. Like, and you're absolutely right. Only 22% said the main reason they decided to vape or
flavors.
started vaping was flavors. That means 77 or 78%.
And they always try and
did
do
not
the.
say it.
They always try and do the scary thing instead of like percentage. They'll always try and 1 in 4, 2 in 4. Can we talk 22%? It's not 25%. That's not 1 in 4. So if they want to they want to use their scary.
Yeah.
It's not even So it's like, thanks.
And it's
for
not
giving
1
us
in
that.
4 kids.
Yeah.
It's 1 in 4 kids who vape.
Could be one time within 30 days. Like these.
But the biggest number was over 55% of kids said the main reason they started vaping was because they were curious.
Because
Now,
guess
how
what?
curious
That's
are you going to
fucking.
be about vaping when you constantly see anti-vaping commercials and you have posters about vapor products in your fucking bathrooms at school?
I was taking a leak and I looked up at the wall because I don't, stare down the whole time, and I saw this
Keep being
poster.
told on all these posters
I saw
and all
this
this shit,
poster,
vaping's
yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
I wonder what could be so bad about it.
All you
I'll
see-
just go try it.
all you see
And then
on
I'll be able to
Twitter-
know if it's so bad. Like, you're literally fucking enticing kids, and we've been saying this about Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids for fucking years.
We don't even
That
know.
the biggest people that advertise to fucking youth are anti-fucking youth people.
We don't
These
even-
anti-vaping people.
We don't even need to begin to talk about how DARE didn't work. We don't need to plaster this
There
shit
are
on
literally
walls and
studies.
everywhere. These commercials, these guys doing magic tricks, turning fucking jewels to cigarettes. Like, keep it fucking rolling. You want to talk about kids vaping and on and on and on. Like, just keep putting all of it in front of their eyes. And guess what? Everything that they're not supposed to do that you're putting right in front of their eyes. What the fuck do you think they're gonna start doing? Because I don't know about you, Logan, but myself, when I was younger and I was told not to do something, what the hell did you think I did when no one was looking?
I'm so fucking glad that you said dare.
Oh my
I'm going to
god!
share an article.
Great, I'm glad. Sharing an article.
The article is titled "Was Dare Effective?"
No rage sweat. You notice how we're on a fucking roll here. We're not rage sweating yet, which means
So here you go.
that
Here's
means
this
we're
article.
warming up.
Here's this article.
Yeah, great advertising. Exactly. Fucking plaster it everywhere, and then say, "Oh, why do we have X amount of users?"
Dare was and is completely ineffective in preventing drug use. The numbers demonstrating this started rolling in way back in 1992 when a study conducted at Indiana University showed that graduates of the Dare program subsequently had significantly higher rates of hallucinogenic drug use than those who were not exposed to the program. Maybe they shouldn't have told fifth graders that hallucinogens exist. Yeah, the more that you tell kids about something and then tell them they can't do it, entices kids to fucking do it.
Can we take this article is from 2012, and can we just take a second to talk about this thumbnail? This guy, he's got a pistol and he's got the Dare shirt on, like
smoking a bowl with a fucking pistol in his hand, wearing a Dare t-shirt.
Oh man, somebody get this kid some milk, man. But yeah, Dare. I mean, talk about advertising and putting in front of kids, and you see on Twitter, the CDC or whoever coming up with more, vaping prevention or whatever you'd like to call it, and posters and this and that, and commercials and YouTube shorts like that. I forget the
Dare
guy's
program
name.
was Nancy Reagan, right? Does anybody out there can confirm that? I believe the Dare program was a Nancy Reagan thing.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive it was a Nancy Reagan thing.
So as far as that goes, I think it's, and we knew it all along, but I think we can finally, really plaster everywhere that it's not the flavors that are hooking kids. I know plenty of people that say, that pod system with 50 milligram, they keep chain vaping it because, it's the Nick buzz. It's what it is. It's what it always has been. We've known this from day one.
It's what it's always been. Yeah.
And if it wasn't that, the kids would be.
And that's why
using
Nick salts are a
something else.
double-edged sword, because they're really fucking good at helping pack, 2-pack, 3-pack a day heavy smokers. They're fantastic for getting them off of cigarettes and onto a vapor product, but they're also really good at making kids feel fucking Nick buzz good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's the same reason I smoked, because cigarettes made me feel good when I was 14. Once I got past the coughing, I enjoyed smoking because of the feeling it gave me. That was the buzz, that head rush of nicotine that cigarettes are so good at fucking doing. And Nick salts are really good at replicating.
Yeah.
That spike in nicotine. Nick salts are really good at replicating. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, Shane
I
said
didn't smoke because cigarettes tasted good.
Shane said her campaign started off with the "Just Say No" slogan. Just
Yep.
say no.
But isn't Dare a product of Nancy Reagan? I'm pretty sure she implemented the Dare program, because the Dare program started in 1983.
Excuse me.
And Reagan was in office from 79 to 83, 87.
Shane
No,
said
86.
Shane said as a kid at the time we all said just say yo and laughed. Just say yo. 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 Yo.
Yeah.
So I guess we're at the point now where we're a little over an hour. We added a few things, but that's great. I like that. So we're at the point now where we do that thing where if anybody has any questions, any comments, anything you want to hear our opinion on, we'll take that for a few minutes. Prickly smooth. Let us know how that is while we wait for some questions. But if anybody has any questions, anything you want
This
to
liquid
ask,
is phenomenal.
anything you want to ask, anything you want to hear our opinion on, just feel free to drop it in
That's
the
my opinion.
in the chat, and we can answer that for you. Shout out to Supreme. I'm like pointing this way. Supreme. Nate, my boy Nate. Yeah, Nate's a good buddy, my brother. Those guys all work. They work some real weird hours, but they always try and pop in and say what's up. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody being here. If you're here and you like what you're seeing, please feel free to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good
Like
stuff.
what you see. I don't know who Leo is, Matt, but
Let's just remove that real quick.
Supreme Nate, you got to calm it down.
God damn, chill, dude. Nah, it's just another buddy. You guys are trolls in the chat. So if anybody wants to, ask us any questions, feel free. Other than that, I'm gonna, as we wait for some questions, Logan, what do you got coming up this week? What do you got coming up this rest of this weekend? If you got anything coming up, what is going on?
Recording a podcast tomorrow. Recording an interview tomorrow.
Nice.
Secret project started this week.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully in the middle of the week, I'm going to have a really, really good Ryzen chat going up about harm reduction in general, and about drugs and about vaping, and it's going to be a really good episode. I've had some really good conversations over the past week with people. So
SoundCloud is rolling, right? SoundCloud is just first and foremost. YouTube, Instagram,
that's
fucking
what we, for me, it's like Twitter and podcasts. Those are my main focus now. Like between calling and writing and doing all the stuff that I still do, my focus is just Twitter, podcast, and then this show that we do every week. But we have some cool things coming up, and possibly a new project thing in the works. So yeah.
Raise the roof. New project in the works. So yeah, as far as
what do you got going on?
I think I'm just gonna say this lightly. I think I'm gonna have a video out on the dang. I'm gonna do a review video. I'll
Nice.
I'll get it re-wicked this week. I'll do a video on it. I'll talk about it. So look out for that on my YouTube.
Ricky,
what does Ricky got for
really
us?
quick. Grim Green sent me the prickly smooth.
The prickly.
So
Can you say that again? What'll call it? Prickly smooth.
Prickly smooth.
ASMR. So can you tell, actually, and I've heard Grim, say prickly smooth, but can you give us the profile on that? Like, how is that prickly? I don't know the profile on prickly smooth. It sounds like a
prickly. It's a prickly
cactus.
pear, and yeah, it's basically a cactus, grapefruit cactus. But it's very sweet grapefruit.
Now, where can that be? Is that just like a Grim Green thing? Is that where can you get prickly smooth?
This.
Where can you get prickly smooth?
I know that the only place I looked it up one time, and the first place I saw that carried it was Zample Box.
I had a blood orange cactus cooler, but I'm kind of interested. I want to know what prickly smooth.
It's so, if you like just fruity, kind of tropically fruity vapes, phenomenal. It's super light. It's super easy on your coil.
What is what's dominant? I feel like it's like an orange. I don't know.
No. It kind of takes on its own. It kind of takes on its own flavor.
Nate says, "What kind of juices do you guys use?" Well, Nate, I know
Fruity,
you're turning in
stuff like that.
I know you're tuning in just now, but yeah, I'm mostly on the fruit side. I got a pancake, I got a s'more, so a little bit of everything. But
I got peach strawberry, prickly smooth, so cactus, grapefruit, and strawberry watermelon menthol.
Netflix broken episode Big Vape. Yeah, I haven't watched that. I don't know if it's an ongoing.
I haven't. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the worst, but Matt Myers is still little and rich and sad and terrible. But yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the worst portrayal. They do really highlight how the industry was built by consumers, talking to people about that, showing that, and then showing Juul kind of move in. And there's a big focus on Big Vape, just on Juul. Like Juul is their like Big Vape. That's who they're talking about.
That was for J Wings. That's what I got as far as menthol goes.
But it wasn't bad, Aileen. I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was something that would hurt us in any big way. I think maybe it would put more caution around Juul to the public, and not necessarily. It kind of does a good job at separating the rest of the industry from Juul, I guess. But I'm not somebody that really see. Here's the thing: I don't like Juul as a company, and I'll say it forever. Them as a company, the company Juul sucks. They're fucking terrible. And they're not here for anybody but themselves.
No, they just want to get they're here to get beyond the shitstorm. That's what they're here for, and they'll do anything. They'll break down on their knees to
make a product that works incredibly well.
Can we talk about how they used to be worth more than Ford, but they're worth about as much as Twitter now? And although they suck, they suck, but what Logan's saying, they have.
Here's the thing.
They're here
I don't care if Juul ends up not being in gas stations anymore. As long as closed high milligram nic pods remain in gas stations right next to cigarettes, I don't care what's there.
It's about having that.
I don't care who
choice.
makes it.
It's about going in and be able to have that choice.
I don't give a shit who makes it. As long as that product remains where cigarettes are sold, whether that's the Views, whether it's RJ Reynolds, whether it's BT, whether it's Altria, but I don't care.
Because at the end of the day, we're talking about harm reduction.
We're talking about harm reduction.
And that cannot
We're
be
talking about
forgotten.
saving lives. So you and me and everybody out there, we can all hate Juul. That's fine. But we shouldn't be advocating to remove these products from gas stations because there are a lot of people where that's their only access. And if we're really trying to save lives,
Almost done.
harm reduction, one of the key principles of harm reduction is meeting people where they are. And where are smokers? At the fucking gas station.
At the gas station. Because
At
guess
the convenience store. Buying cigarettes. That's harm reduction. It's one of the key principles is you meet people where they are. Whether that means physically, whether that means you meet them where they are at their addiction, whether you meet them you meet them where they are and you reduce harm as much as possible.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And I guess
that's it. That's harm reduction for anybody out there.
That's harm reduction. So as a final wrap up, we have our social medias running in these little, whatever the hell you want to call those things, Instagram, Twitter. Logan and myself are both on SoundCloud. It's Rise and Vape Show, right? SoundCloud. I linked it earlier.
Rise and Vape Podcast?
Rise and Vape Podcast. Sorry, Rise and Vape Podcast. This show every Sunday will go up in audio format over on In the Clouds Audio on the SoundCloud. I'm not going to link it, but you can go over there and check that out. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I want to thank everybody again for coming out here. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, check us out on the other social media platforms. We got episodes here every Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Every Sunday at some point in the day, it will be in audio format over there. So if you want to, check it out on your commute. Logan's got plenty of stuff coming out. I have plenty of stuff coming out. We got something secret in the works. Once again, thank you everybody. If you're here live, if you're here on the replay, if you're listening to it, if you're filling your ear holes with goodness,
Kill 'em!
and I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That's usually what I say on my channel. And I guess we'll do the thing. Do you want to do the thing? I'll do the thing I'll do the thing on the dang since you're going mech. No matter what you're vaping, just keep on vaping, guys.
Don't smoke.
Don't smoke. No matter what anybody tells you.